I am perched on the tram rattling toward the river, my mittens already soaked because the heating in this wagon died sometime during the perestroika years, and I keep thinking that if I clench my jaw hard enough the Wyższa Szkoła Zarządzania, Bankowości w Krakowie might magically evaporate from the map like a bad dream. It does not. Instead the building squats ahead, grey like dishwater, windows fogged with the size of everyone who ever walked in believing the brochure. I step inside and the air smells of instant coffee mixed with copier toner and something metallic, the exact scent of a dentist's drill. The reception desk is a plastic iceberg, manned by a lady whose lipstick has cracked into fault lines. She does not look up. She is busy typing one letter every 4 seconds, the way a sloth might write a suicide note. I wait. My pulse thuds in my ears like a sad drum. When I finally cough, she raises an eyebrow as if I am a telemarketing call made flesh. I explain I have paid 5,000 zloty for 2 semesters, real money that my grandmother saved by selling her wedding spoons. The eyebrow drops unimpressed. She tells me to fill the form and pushes a sheet so damp it feels like cold ham. This is the first moment I understand the place treats courtesy as an optional DLC, and I have not even bought the base game yet. The hallway is a tunnel of flickering tubes, one strobe dying in a rhythm that could give an epileptic a personal apocalypse. Posters promise partnerships with global finance leaders, but the paper is so thin you can see the wall's tuberculosis stains straight through it. Every door I pass reveals a classroom the size of a broom cupboard, chairs crammed so tight that knees touch backs like awkward teenagers forced to slow dance. The whiteboard is grey with the ghosts of 1,000 dried markers, the kind that squeak like frightened mice when you dare write profit margin. I sit. The lecturer arrives 23 minutes late, wearing a tie that looks as if it lost a fight with a vacuum cleaner. He opens with "I have nowhere else to be tonight, so neither do you," and the room laughs because we have been trained since birth to laugh when power speaks. I do not laugh. I count the ceiling tiles 41 because at least numbers stay still when mistreated. He proceeds to read slides printed in 2004, the year Facebook was still a virgin. The case study praises a bank that collapsed during the last crisis, which feels a bit like learning sex education from a eunuch. I raise my hand to ask whether the risk model still holds. He blinks, says extra reading will be expected at the exam, and moves on. I later discover extra reading means a stack of articles hidden behind a paywall the university never bought access to. Imagine signing up for piano lessons and the teacher hands you a photo of a piano, then charges extra for sound. That is the syllabus here, a silent instrument you paid to imagine. Lunch break. The cafeteria offers something called debt stew, beige lumps floating in a liquid that tastes like wet cardboard boiled in self-loathing. The cashier charges me extra for a plastic fork, explaining the surcharge funds student experience. I chew. Each bite is a reminder that my tongue is a captive audience with no exit survey. My stomach files a complaint, but the ombudsman is on indefinite sabbatical. Afternoon brings the computer lab. Picture 30 towers wheezing like asthmatic grandfathers, screens flickering at 40 Hz so the mouse cursor leaves ghost trails. The keyboards are missing letters, so spreadsheet becomes Esria sheet, which feels oddly poetic until you remember poetry does not get you hired. I need to install a statistical package. The admin password is taped to the monitor on a yellow sticky note that says password 123 in Comic Sans, the font of despair. The software license expired in 2018, so the program opens, coughs and dies. The lab assistant shrugs. Use Excel. Excel, that reliable bicycle.
In a Formula 1 syllabus, I want to cry, but hydration costs extra. Weeks dilate. The timetable is a fairy tale told by a drunk. Lecturers announce first exam dates after the official session ends, like airlines scheduling takeoff after the plane has already crashed. I email the deputy dean, subject line, "Please advise my family reunion is..."
Businesses near the Wyższa Szkoła Zarządzania, Bankowości w Krakowie in Krakow feel like a practical joke that forgot to be funny. They smile, they hand you a menu or a wristband, and then they reach quietly into your pocket and pull out more money than you plan to spend on food, fun, or basic human dignity. If you arrive hoping for a normal evening, you will leave feeling the way a balloon feels after the party lighter, wrinkled, and wondering where all the air went. Spa places around here treat appointments like suggestions. You book one therapist, the reception desk swaps you to another without asking, then insists you imagine the first name. At Ambra Day Spa, the staff will shuffle your hour 3 times before you even sit down, and when you finally stretch out on the table, they charge you for a deluxe ritual that turns out to be a rushed rubdown with oil that smells of supermarket clearance shelf. Ear-piercing, they draw 2 dots that look like cousins, not twins, and the holes heal into tiny scars that remind you every morning how expensive asymmetry can be. The bill arrives before the service, printed on shiny paper as if the numbers might look smaller under soft light. They never do. Restaurants in this quarter cook like they lost a bet with flavor. Tandoori Flame promises India on a plate and delivers colored water with different labels. Chicken tikka masala and chicken jalfrezi arrive wearing the same plain red sauce. One simply has a green pepper dropped on top, like a surrender flag. The mushroom soup is tomato peel floating in hot pond water. The samosa hides raw potato that crunches like winter gravel. Staff choose your table for you, even when the room is empty, as if seating is a sacred geometry only they understand. You will chew, you will sigh, you will pay 50 zloty for food that ends up in the bin and still feel hungry for justice. Nightclubs here guard the door like medieval toll bridges. Prozac 2.0 keeps a fake queue so the street looks exclusive, then tells you your shirt is too tidy or your dress too dressy. Inside, a small beer costs the same as a museum ticket, and a round of shots can empty a student budget faster than a broken vending machine. The bartender swipes your card before you can blink, charging €45 for 6 thimble-sized drinks, then shrugs when the receipt shows numbers you never agreed on. If a stranger gropes your friend and you ask security for help, they look through you as if you are a ghost with bad timing. The music is Polish rap played on repeat, fine if you understand the lyrics, alienating if you do not, and either way you will leave colder because the cloakroom lost your jacket and the woman at the counter explains, without smiling, that 10 people are too many to check. Even the cocktail bars practice passive aggression by the milliliter. Empire of Cocktails pours decent liquor but forgets you exist after the first glass. You can wave, you can glow in the dark. Still no one returns for 27 measured minutes. When you mention the wait, the bartender answers with a smile so thin you could slice limes on it. The menu promises grandeur, the bill delivers average, and the atmosphere feels like a first date where both people already know it will not work out. Across the whole neighborhood, the pattern is the same. The greeting is warm, the maths is cold. Prices jump like they are training for Olympics, portions shrink like wool in hot water, and staff treat complaints as background noise. You will sit, you will order, you will realize the mistake, but by then the trapdoor has already swung shut, and your wallet is halfway to Neverland. If you must visit, travel like a detective. Read the small print on the spa website, photograph the restaurant menu before you eat, count your change at the bar, and keep one eye on your jacket.
Bring the patience of a librarian and the reflexes of a street juggler, because fairness here is a mirage that dances away the moment you reach for it. Otherwise, walk a little farther, where the streets grow quieter, the prices remember gravity, and the people still act as though tomorrow matters.
I am looking into crimes near Wyższa Szkoła Zarządzania, I Bankow, CIW Krakowie Krak W. You know, it is a popular area among tourists, and I want to warn you about some scams that you might encounter. Businesses near Wyższa Szkoła Zarządzania, I Bankow, CIW Krakowie Krak W are like, you know, they will take advantage of you if they can. Like, there was this one incident where a tourist got ripped off at a souvenir shop. The shopkeeper claimed that the souvenir was handmade and super rare, and the tourist ended up paying way too much for it. I predict that the tourist was probably really upset and felt taken advantage of. I mean, who wouldn't he? They probably reported it to the police, but I doubt they ever got their money back. And then there was this other incident at a currency exchange office near Wyższa Szkoła Zarządzania, I Bankow, CIW Krakowie Krak W. The office was giving really bad exchange rates, and the tourists didn't even realize it until it was too late. I predict that they lost a lot of money, and it probably ruined their trip. I mean, can you imagine? You're trying to have a good time, and then you realize you've been scammed. It's just like so unfair. There was also a case of pickpocketing at a popular restaurant near Wyższa Szkoła Zarządzania, I Bankow, CIW Krakowie Krak W. The thief was really sneaky and stole a tourist's wallet while they were eating. I predict that the tourist was probably really panicked and didn't know what to do. I mean, it's not like you can just cancel your credit cards and stuff when you in a foreign country. It's just like a nightmare. The police probably didn't even catch the thief, and the tourist was left to deal with the consequences. Businesses near Wyższa Szkoła Zarządzania I Bankowości Krakowie Krakowie are like, you have to be so careful. They will take advantage of you if they can, and it's just like really sad. I predict that a lot of tourists have fallen victim to these scams, and it's just like not fair.